Thank you for clicking on the video. This video is going to be about a 5-year plan. I just had an amazing call with my BPN teammates, and so I had to sit down and record something. I wasn't even going to make a video this week because I'm traveling. I'm in Arizona right now for work, but I had to get this off my chest. So let's just get right in. So I wanted to talk about the importance about making 5-year goals. This is going to be it's going to be hard to make this video without trying to. I'm not trying to humble brag. I'm not trying to flex or whatever. Like, I am literally telling you a process which I used to get what I wanted out of life, and it was basically a step-by-step process. And so that is what this video is going to be about. I am by no means who I want to be or like where I want to be. Like, I still have so many more goals that I want to attain, but I feel like this would help somebody out there take that leap of faith. And so that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about 5-year goals. It's going to be about taking leaps of faith. So this video story starts 5 years ago. I was working a job that I hated. I hated it. I was working in the video game industry, and it was not what I was passionate about. I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't do it, and it showed in my work. It just showed that I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. And so I got fired. I got fired from a job, and that is not something that I would ever have thought that would have happened, but I wasn't showing up. Physically I was there, but like mentally and emotionally, I just was checked out of that job. And it's taken me a long time to admit that, because I like to hold a lot of blame on either the people around me, my boss who fired me. There were some shady things that happened around it, but at the end of the day, if I was killing it, if I was actually passionate, I would have never lost that job. If I was actually really going above and beyond and really delivering, I wouldn't have lost that job. I just wasn't passionate about it. And that firing actually was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Leading up to getting fired, I got fired November 5th, 2015. And during the summer of 2015, I started filming a documentary called WildChild. Now, this isn't something I've talked a lot about on this channel, but I'm a filmmaker, and that is what I do. But back then I wasn't. I was a social media manager for a video game company, and like I said, I hated it. And so I just, as a hobby, I watched my buddy fight. His name's Julian Waterbury. He goes by Jules. He was an amateur fighter, and so I went out and saw him fight one day, and I just thought, like, man, this would make such an incredible documentary. Like, I wish I could make a documentary like that one day. And I was sitting there, and I was just thinking, like, I always talk about doing stuff. Why don't I just do it? Like, why can't I just do it? Like, if it sucks or if it's great or whatever, I should just do it, and we'll just see how it turns out. So for that whole summer, I filmed with him on and off, from trainings, coaching, family stuff, all leading up to his fight. Seeing Jules get ready for his fight and prep himself, and getting just everything I got to witness filming this documentary made me realize, like, this is what I want to do. I want to be invested in people's lives. I want to tell people stories. I want to capture stories. I want to capture things that are happening. I feel like as filmmakers and as photographers, we have a duty and a responsibility to capture events, capture memories. And he won his fight, and I finished filming, and then I started editing. And let me tell you, this edit took me forever. I had no idea what I was doing. I've edited in the past, and I'd done weddings in the past and stuff, but this was really, I was a fish out of water. I was taking on a huge project. This was a massive project for me. Even though it was a short documentary, it ended up being like 20 minutes long. But this was a big project, and I was completely underqualified, completely over my head, and completely overwhelmed. And I was so happy to be doing it, because I was passionate about it. The only problem is that I still had my 9-to-5 job. And so I was showing up for my 9-to-5 job, and then at night, staying up till all hours of the night editing this documentary. And that, it was just not a good combination and not a good mixture. And I got fired. I got fired. So November 5th, I got fired, and I remembered, I was devastated. I never thought I'd be the kind of guy to get fired from a job, and there I was, fired. I didn't know what we were gonna do because we needed that money, and my wife was a teacher, and she was just so supportive, and I was unemployed for 2 months, and so if I was already unemployed, I'll apply. And when I'm not applying, I'm going to be editing this documentary. I had no intention with this documentary. I didn't think that this was going to go anywhere. I just wanted to finish it. I had to finish it. And so on December 25th, 2015, I released my first documentary, WildChild. And I'd love to tell you that it won all kinds of awards. I was in the magazines and news articles were written about me. I got youngest director of the year. None of that happened. In the beginning, nobody watched that film. I released it on YouTube, and it had a few hundred views and stuff, but no one watched it. But it didn't matter to me, honestly. I was just so proud of it. I was so proud that I wanted to create something, and then I went out and I created it, and that became an addiction to me. I had to become a full-time filmmaker. I had to start creating things. So now to kind of wrap this up, I am literally in a hotel room. Tomorrow I'm going to film with a professional athlete in the NFL. And that to me is a dream. I'm making a short film about him. 5 years ago, I would have never thought this was possible. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, if you have that thing that you want to do, go for it. You have to go all in. You have this is your sign. There's all these TikToks, if you've been thinking about it, this is your sign. This is your sign. If you want to go after something, you got to just go for it, because you never know where it will lead you. You never know. I could have never imagined this. I honestly, filming on that camera all those years ago, and how terrible I look back at the documentary now, and all I see are all the mistakes I did. But what I remember truly is the passion that I had, and I still had that same passion inside me to go film tomorrow as I did as I was filming my friend Jules. And so I hope the message here that you take away from it is not some braggadocious story. That is not what I'm trying to do here. I hope you take away from this that if you want something bad enough, you can get it. And this isn't just even fitness related. This has nothing to do with weight loss. It is all about goals and things that you want in your life. I wanted this. I wanted this so bad. And now it's here. But I am still working for things. I'm still trying to get better. I am constantly learning from YouTube and learning from tutorials and taking classes. I just bought an online course on documentary from a documentarian that I really respect. So I'm constantly learning and always trying to hone my skills. And I think that, if you apply this same principle of going all in and going after those things that you want, not just pushing it off and oh, it's impossible, or oh, it's too much work, or whatever. If you want it bad enough, write it down, give yourself some time, and go after it, work for it. And you never know where it will get you. Even if it doesn't get you to that main goal that you wanted, if it gets you in the ballpark, or it branches off and you find some other thing that you're interested in, then it worked, because you're on the path to something. You're on the path to your passion, and that's, I feel like a worthwhile adventure. And, I don't know. I really hope that this wasn't too preachy. I struggled with even making this video, because I just thought, oh, this is gonna sound like I'm trying to brag or something, and I'm not. If you have any questions, if you resonated with the story, please let me know, because this one I feel weird talking about. because of, like I've already mentioned. But anyway, now I'm rambling because I'm nervous. So let me know what you think in the comments. What is something that you hope for to attain in the next 5 years? What are some goals and some passions that you've been pushing off? What are you going to go after? I want to know. Truly, I want to know. And if there's any way that I can help, let me know. Put it in the comments. Send me a DM on Instagram. I'm here for it. I'm here for it because we need to support each other. I got so much support. If my friend Noah didn't submit me to this ad advertising agency, I would have never gotten into that advertising agency. Noah helped me literally so much to get into this advertising agency. And so, if I could be the Noah to some of you out there, like whatever it is, let me know. We all need somebody, and no one does it alone. And I know that, and I appreciate that. And man, you just got to go after it. You got to work for it. You got to learn. You got to dedicate yourself, and you never know what will happen. So, okay. This is a weird one. I feel weird about putting this one up, honestly do. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from, and my intention with this video is only to help. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.